Wow. Now it's been a minute since I have even seen you guys. I know you've seen me, honestly, recently, but it's been about like 2 or 3 weeks since I've got to chat with everybody. What is today's date? I should know. It is April 27th, so we've been home for the cruise for 2 weeks, I think. Or like 2 weeks and a day, maybe, because we came home on a Sunday. So I have to catch you up on what we've been up to, because I will say I feel like last week was so busy, but the week before, she was not. And I feel like I am still struggling trying to find myself to get into a groove again of being home. But while we do this, we are going to get ready for the day because me and Nick are going to go on a hike / a picnic, because it's honestly so gorgeous today and we do not get that many nice days. Like we're starting to transition in New York where it's potential, but the weather has yo-yoed literally from 70 down to 30 down to 40, 50, but today I think it is 68 possibly. Oh, I lied. It's 52. However, it will get up to like 69, so that's great for us. Here, I'll show you the rest of the week. Here's the rest of the week. Do we see how it yo-yos? But yeah, as I was saying, that first week trying to get back from vacation, I feel like, in a way you already kind of like think like, all right, like we just got to get through the week and then we'll get back on track and whatnot. It was good for me in a sense that I do work from Tuesday to Saturday and I'm off Sunday and Monday. So I was able to have like my buffer day on Monday and then literally jump back in and like have my whole week at work. But also we're going to jump in. So I'm using the House Labs because I did get very tan on this cruise. And why did no one tell me I had this big poop in my hair? I tried to use my winter foundation on the cruise and I was like, oh boy. I said, no, I haven't gotten this tan in a minute. So I do have my summer shade out already. But I also think, I fear she might be a little too orange and I might, not now, but like in the summertime or like in June right before summer, potentially get a new one. So for House Labs, I can't lie, I don't really like prep my face just because I feel like this is a good enough foundation where I just do like, my skincare. I do my little like moisturizer. I didn't do sunscreen right now because she will cover my face. So we're just gonna jump in. I do like maybe like 2 pumps, give or take. Yeah, no, first week that we came back, truly, I edited immediately the minute I got home. But that was my end of the story. Nick, however, did get very sick and he was sick throughout the whole week. But weirdly enough, it was everybody like on my family too. Like, wait, that sounded weird. It was everybody in my family in a way got sick because it was him, my dad, and then my sister's fiance. Like they all got sick first. Then later that week, my mom got sick. And then the following week, last week, my grandfather got sick and now my grandmother's getting sick. And I'm like, whew, I really hope that my immune system wants to be nice to me and just like maybe not get what everyone's getting, because everyone low-key has been getting essentially like a viral infection. Some of them have lost their voice. Some of them just have like this really wicked cough, but it's like essentially like, they have it and then, it's so intense, it goes away and then it comes back. And I'm a big baby. I don't want to be sick. I don't think anyone wants to be sick, but I'm also just scared because I'm like, all right, how has everybody in a way gotten sick and I've been okay? Like, I am going to knock on the wall, which I'm going to pretend is wood because I really don't want to find out. I also feel I am just like a big germaphobe sometimes. Like I'm constantly washing my hands and like even on the cruise, like I'm like, I will not eat anything until I have like even hand sanitizer or wet wipe, whatever. And I'm not saying like, they didn't do that. I'm like a big germaphobe when it comes to like, my hands like tucked in my mouth or my face. And see, as I'm putting this foundation on, low key, I feel like this is a little too light for my tan. But I also think it'll be fine because my neck is still super white compared to my face and like my arms and my neck. Or not my neck, my chest. So within the first week, we also had to order a new air fryer because the week before the cruise, our air fryer decided that it was her time to go. And we kind of wanted to wait until we were home to see if like Nick could fix it. And simply, he could not. So I said, okay, it's time to get a new air fryer because honestly, out of like every kitchen supply, that is the one that we use like basically daily. So I can't lie. It probably took not even a day for us to decide on a new air fryer because I feel like you always hear good about like, Ninja products. So we personally, honestly, really just wanted to go that route and we got ourselves the Ninja Crispy. And it is, I think, the best investment because, it's glass, but there's like 2 trays And then there's also, okay, so there's two, not, I shouldn't say trays, there's two glass dishes. There's like a little one and then there's a big one. But then they also have the trays in between. And I personally, like, in the videos you've seen someone like put the salmon on top of the tray and like the potatoes or like the vegetables underneath. I wouldn't want juices to like go down into potatoes like in like the bigger glass one. But I think I just love that it cooks so quickly and it's so crispy. And then I've even seen people like, you know, they cook their dinner and then they cook a little, like, you can cook cookies in it because it can roast, it can bake, it can dehydrate, it can air fry. And I know I'm missing two. I think reheat is one of them. But I can't lie, it's also pink, so I'm like, oh my god, Girly Pop, it's amazing. I am so obsessed with her, and I cannot wait to make many meals in the future with her. I'm also not doing like a lot of makeup today just because, like, you know, we are going to be hiking, so I don't want to be like sweating everything off. I just wanted like a little something to like cover my red. But I actually did just pick this up last week, and it is the House Labs concealer, and I did get the brighter one just for my under eyes. And I fear this will now be my concealer going forward. Like it goes on so nice and it doesn't cake up. Like I love the Rare Beauty one too, but I feel like I also just have like a lighter shade in that. But this, it goes on so nice, and I'm like, wow. Lady Gaga, I don't know what you're putting in your makeup, but you were doing amazing. So beauty wise, I mean, I think we can see my very bright pink nails. And I will say I am quite literally like obsessed with them, and mind me, I cannot see, so we're gonna hope this wants to focus. But I've never gotten, I think this shape, because this is pointed almond, but I felt like I couldn't do the aura nails without doing the pointed shape because I typically get square. But these are just like so fun, and I think I might be transitioning out of doing just like solid colors. Like maybe I'm just feeling it for like the summertime. But I feel like I definitely have enjoyed being able to like just do like solid like polish, and I just like how it looks. But doing something like this too, I'm like, ooh, I can see how like add-in designs and like gems like are also really fun, because like I know like in the past like I've also done that, but it's just I feel like it's weird because the shape itself, I'm like, wow, I did not think I was actually gonna like this shape, because I got this shape almost because it was like a little bit more like rounded. I got it in I think November or December, and I wasn't crazy for it, and I said, yeah, let me just go back to doing square. Like squares, I preferred it. But having like the pointed, I'm like, ooh, she's just, I don't know, she's a little fun. But then the other beauty thing is actually I did get my hair cut, because starting last year, you know, we know I cut my hair in September, but I wanted to start cutting it because we're gonna marry it in October, and I just wanted my hair to look very healthy. Like I feel like I am gonna do my hair for wedding day, for party day, I am gonna get it done. But I just wanted it to look a little nicer for us when we get married, of course, for the pictures and whatnot. But I did try a new haircut this time, and I panicked at first, but then I liked it, and I'm kind of like yo-yoing with it also right now, like with whether I like it or not, only because like, here, I'll show you. Basically, you know, I kind of cut more of like the front pieces because like right here, I don't care, I'll show you. I do have like more of like a bald spot, and so before I only had like this kind of cut. But whenever I would put my hair up, I feel like you could still see like that bald spot, and I was not, you know, crazy for it. So I was just curious, like, you know, if I could cut more of it so that like when my hair, hold on, let me do it this way. When my hair is up, it would kind of cover it. I really hope it's like showing what I'm trying to say. I will say, as much as I like how it also looked on the side, I just think my hair kind of like warps itself into my face where it looks like I almost have like just like a blunt cut here. I also do think I am in my head a little bit, because then when it's down, I feel it's very gorgeous. Like I like how like the layers kind of like go in towards itself. So yeah, I'm just like, I'm a little tossed. I'm not too sure how we feel about it, but I did get to try it on with my wedding dresses. And I think honestly that kind of like solidified it. Like I felt a little calmer, because I was like, no, I'm like, it's honestly not bad. Like it didn't look like a super straight cut, but in the beginning, I think just in general, like when you get your haircut, you know, it looks different compared to when it actually like naturally falls. But I think now I'm like, all right, it looks like it's like, it looks like my hair compared to when I first got it, like all like professionally done and whatnot. We have to circle back to the movie that we saw last week, but because we are also on the topic of weddings, I do want to say ever so slightly wedding updates just because not a lot has happened. But I feel like within the past month, you know, like I got my dresses, Nick got his suit, and then we kind of more now like honing in on like the actual decoration phase of the wedding. Like literally yesterday, we kind of figured out our centerpieces. We figured out kind of like where, like, okay, not where, because we know where certain things are gonna go, but like our drink setup, like how we want that to look. He also did get to go to, you know, his aunt's house because that's where we're gonna have the party. And the people who are doing our tenton asked if they can do like a little site visit. So he got to see kind of like where everything would go. So we're feeling good on that. Also, last Thursday, it's basically 6 months until we get married. I'm like, wow, time does slip. And I feel like I'm anxious because I'm not nervous that it's coming sooner than we realize. I don't know. I feel like we've been able to kind of like take our time with everything, and we've been splitting up like, you know, the decision making into months, and so it's kind of been like just easy for us. But we're also again like not at a venue, so like it's all based on our time and like what we're choosing to do. Truly, like we're in control of our music, we're in control of our photography, like, you know, I'm doing my makeup, so it's like I feel like we're not really stressing out with like having like a lot of people honing in on our day. But don't get me wrong, I do feel like by summertime I'm gonna start panicking, and I'm not waiting for that day. I just feel like, you know, at that point it's gonna be coming so close to the actual date. I'm gonna be like, okay, like we do kind of have to do like X, Y, and Z now that it's like crunch time. But I think again, like doing things throughout the month and splitting it up piece by piece so that we already have it has been a little helpful. Yeah, I don't think I want to do a lot of makeup today. I think I just wanted to do a little bit of this, and then I'll put some powder and some spray on, and then I'll do my eyes. But do I do winged eyeliner? Because that takes work. I do think I want to have Nick in here when we start talking about the movie that we saw, because we equally had such an amazing experience with it. It was honestly, I think, like one of the best movies I've seen like in a hot minute. But I mean, besides the movie that we're gonna talk about in a minute, when I grab Nick to get him to talk about it with me, I mean, truly, again, these past 2 weeks have just been like kind of catching up for me. Again, like I'm really honing in like on the vlogs, and I've been saying honing in like way too much in the past like 5 minutes. But truly, I've been so excited to like work on these vlogs. And I'm so proud of how they've turned out, because I feel like it is a little different from like stuff I've done in the past. But I feel like, you know, with being able to just kind of like explore your creativity when you do content, it's just fun to kind of like pull ideas, think of like, you know, new ones of your own, or just, you know, just try whatever you want. I feel like I am nervous to talk about this side of it too, because as much as I'm proud of myself, I feel like I can't help but feel like a little, basically just like a little sad, and like in a way, I shouldn't say like not worthy, because like I know I'm worthy, but I just feel like, you know, you put so much time and effort and you hope to like, you know, just do well. And then when you don't, you start to think like, am I not good enough? Am I like, you know, is what are my thoughts that I thought were good not good? When it's like, no girl, they are good. You can't basically stop believing in yourself. It's hard to kind of, I feel like, yo-yo these emotions. And I feel like I'm uncomfortable talking about it, because I feel like it is very vulnerable to kind of talk about. What the hell? But I mean, I feel like it is also kind of important to kind of realize that it's like, I understand we're a small little channel, and I feel like besides, of course, definitely like being able to enjoy that, like seeing that like people like it, or like even that the fact that like, you know, my videos could be helping someone the way that other people help me. I just feel like a big part of doing content is also for yourself, and you just really have to be able to like enjoy the process and enjoy the highs and the lows, and truly just be able to like talk to yourself and like fight for yourself to not give up ever. Because, you know, truly, it's like, for me at least, like I chose to do this. Like I chose to start my channel when I was older, and like, you know, I've been working through like trying to like figuring out what I want to do for it. But I feel like it's definitely like last year, I know I went through it just like thought wise, like thinking like this, that, whatever. And I really feel like I have been a little bit more easy on myself, like just kind of like, again, like enjoying doing it for me. But I can't lie, like it does just hurt sometimes when you're like, wow, like you think that like other people could enjoy it too. And it's like, I literally could be helping someone the same way people I watch help me. And you don't realize that power, and you don't need them to comment. You don't need them to show that you're there. Like, you could just be a ghost follower and it helps. And I totally understand that, because I know I am that too for some people that I watch. So yeah, I felt like I had to say it, because it's like I'm nervous to talk about it, but I also kind of want to talk about it. So thank you for letting me talk about it, because that was really scary. I'm gonna get Nick so he can talk about the movie that we saw, because again, she was iconic. You want to talk about Michael?
Oh yeah.
You know, I just realized, thank you, Nick. I just realized I kind of showed half of the products I was using for my makeup, and then the other half I didn't. So let me take 1 second before we talk about Michael to show what I used for my blush, because I did use 2 blushes today. And then I did use 2 set-in powders, because it's funny, I've tested it, and truly, if I only use the one size, I feel like it just doesn't set completely. But if I also only use the other one size powder, it does not set completely. So I use her first, and then I use her on top. But then my blushes for today were my itty bitty Rare Beauty Baby Blush with my Kosa's blush. But while we are talking about Michael, I'm going to do my eyeliner, my brows, and then yeah, my lips, and then we're good to head out. These are my ladies. Just, you know, this is the eyeliner, this is the mascara, and then this is the brow pencil. Oh, and then my favorite product of all time is my Laneige lip balm. She is just that girl. Nick is the movie buff, so I do know you're going to be able to kind of like go into detail about like, you know, the shots and whatnot, like maybe if you preferred it, because there are like critics saying they don't enjoy the movie, but he can get more into that if you want.
Well, screw the critics, because it wasn't made for critics.
No, I genuinely, like, I knew about Michael Jackson, of course, but I also don't think I knew that much of his story, even though you are a very big Michael fan. I just think, like, truly watching it and like seeing like how, like, I think I thought all the songs that I knew were on his own was not completely on his own. Like,
yeah.
Like when he was doing like Thriller and whatnot, like I thought he was ready like solo shot. Like I didn't know his father was still like not responsible, because I know like he broke away, but I just didn't know he still impacted his decisions.
Oh no, yeah, he wasn't completely free and solo artist at that time. He was still part of the group.
I mean, Jafar, that's I think where we could start, because Jafar,
his
absolutely killed this role. And I know, you know, we're not family, and like the family is saying like no, he embodied Michael. I literally feel like no one could have played Michael Jackson except for Jafar.
No,
he did amazing.
If it wasn't him, I don't think they shouldn't have done it if it wasn't him.
Right? He did. And like, granted, he said he put in the work too. Like, he didn't just get handed that role.
No, yeah.
Like, it's the fact that just like his mannerisms, like he picked up exactly, I'm assuming, like what Michael was like in a way.
Yeah,
you know?
all of the brothers and stuff, you know, in interviews would get emotional saying that, you know, it was like our brother was back, which is really cool to see. I thought it was fantastic. I got a little nervous because, you know, early reviews came out, and they always say don't trust, you know, like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, but it's hard not to, like, initially think, oh, they're giving it bad reviews, does that mean it's bad? But it's like every single time, like 99% of the time, Rotten Tomatoes is just wrong, in my opinion. Yeah, it's got like a 96% audience score.
Wow.
Yet Rotten Tomatoes gives it like a 30%. It's like, okay, you know what? This wasn't made for you. Even though the media was never kind to him in general, it's like, oh, they're still not kind to him.
Mm-hmm. The music, I mean,
everything was just recreated perfectly.
Mm-hmm. They're saying too, like, so much has been cut from the actual film.
Oh
too.
yeah,
but I think what they were able to like make from it was still amazing.
Well, yeah, I guess apparently it was going to be very different. It was going to start in the 90s and then go backward. Like, it was going to start when the allegations begin and then go back and then end seeing how he got affected by everything. But I guess, like, 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through filming, they realized somebody found, like, an old, you know, contract or something saying, hey, we can't put that in the movie. Like, it was somewhere deep in an old court case or whatever. Okay. So they had to go back and pay, I forget how much, but to do like a couple weeks of reshoots. So that's why it's going to be split into 2 movies. But there's already pictures and stuff that got,
Leaked.
not leaked. I mean, I guess because the movie's out now, they can post it, but pictures from, sets that were clearly supposed to be from the 90s. And I'm like, even that looks fantastic.
Wow.
I'm honest, yeah, like, I feel like I'm at a loss for words to say about it. Everything was just perfect, honestly. I see what some people's complaints are, but I don't care about them, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I was there for. I was just there to have a good time, and it was fantastic.
I can't. I just think about how Jafar is going to take his award. What is it, Oscar? Like,
yeah.
he is going to get his flowers, and if he does not, I don't know how we cannot see that he needs them.
That boy needs to start practicing his Oscar speech now.
He just, because I know you said, you said it, but, I think the movie also said it, it was Jafar singing with Michael, but it was still, some of it was him, so I'm like, how do you sound basically just like your uncle?
Yeah, anytime it wasn't, an actual concert performance, that was him, when he was singing in the booth.
Wow.
That was Jafar.
That's crazy. Oh, Nick dressed up, by the way, too, for Michael. You slayed it.
I did dress up. There was other people who also dressed up, too. There was a family next to us. Everybody had on some sort of outfit. But I felt really bad because AMC now, when you buy a ticket, it'll say, on the screen, homepage, whatever, that, the movie will start 30 minutes or so after the posted showtime for all the, previews and opening credits and what have you. When I went back and checked my email for the confirmation when I bought the tickets, it says next to it, there's not going to be any previews. The movie's going to start exactly at the posted time. Make sure you get here on time. And so I was like, oh, that's rare. That's weird. So I was like, oh, okay, so we'll get there plenty early. So the movie said it was going to start at 6:30. We got there basically at 6 o'clock. So we were there a half hour early. We were the first people in the theater, completely empty. We're sitting alone.
That is a fact.
Just chit-chatting. And then 6:30 rolls around. And at least, the AMC credits start where it's welcome to AMC. Thank you for choosing us, whatever. And then they start going into movie trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And we spent another half hour watching movie trailers, so I dragged us to the movie theater an hour early.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Hey, you even saw, I showed you, it said there's not going to be any previews.
When it comes to AMC, I can't do sitting through the half hour of trailers because I'm sorry, I'm here for the movie, not for a million. I can do 15 minutes. I cannot do a half hour of trailers. That's my favorite part of going to the movies. I love seeing the trailers, especially if it's especially if I know there's going to be a trailer playing for a movie I want to see, or I love when it's all just a bunch of really bad-looking movies and everybody's like, that looks like trash. That looks terrible. And she has some superpower anytime it says, a trailer will finish and it says coming out on so-and-so. She's like, oh, that's so-and-so's birthday. Or, that's my favorite game. Yeah, I love playing that at the movie theater.
I didn't even recline my seat during the movie. That's how intense I felt. I kind of felt bad. I was like, am I blocking anybody behind me? But I was like, no. They designed the seats that way.
So I also forgot to mention, when I first started this, besides Nick being sick, currently he is just a little laid off because his company goes through phases, where they get laid off for, a period sometimes, and then you guys get taken back, but you're in a union and whatnot. But that is why he is with me today, because it is not Sunday, actually, it is Monday. So he is with me with my day off, and that's why we decided.
I've been around a lot lately.
Yes, and I love it though. I can't lie, because when you're working crazy overtime, I'm like, ew, I'm so by myself. And I think we're going to wait for the garbage man to pass. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to, where we've been, how it's all been going. But we, like I said, are going out today because we are going to one of our favorite state parks. It is Minnewaska State Park. I don't know the town, but she's basically everything,
Minnewaska
40 minutes. No, but she's 40 minutes away from us. But for our picnic, I only said we're doing a picnic, but I did not say what we're doing because we're kind of cheating and we're going to get sandwiches, because I think if we watched our pack and prep, that is when I mentioned I am now a Jersey Mike's girl. Even though I'm not going to be getting Jersey Mike's like that, I'm like, oh, I see the hype behind Jersey Mike's. Like, it is quite scrumptious.
Very good.
I'm going to get me basically a turkey and Swiss sandwich with like the Mike's Way, whatever is on it. No onion and no tomato on rosemary bread. Did you decide what you want?
Yes, it's a BLT.
Yeah.
It's a BLT on rosemary parm bread with done up Mike's Way. Again, same thing. With cherry, pepper relish, and banana peppers. It's a thing online. It's called like a pregnancy craving sandwich. It looks so good. Because it was either that or a hot sandwich. But I think you're right. I think a cold...
Yeah, you gotta try it.
A cold sub would be good.
The only thing I'm nervous for is like when I got it, I ate like the first time, I ate half of it in the car, and having it fresh was like unmatched. Because when I came home and I had the other half like a half hour later, I was like, why is my sandwich like soggy? But that's because they put like the vinegar and whatever on it. So I'm like, okay, I'm aware this could happen, but it still was immaculate. So I think it'll be all right.
I do like a moist sandwich, so maybe it wouldn't bother me.
Well, maybe you just take a bite like the minute.
Did you get it toasted?
No.
No? Okay.
Yep. So it was so lovely catching up with you guys. I can't wait to head out for the day. We are going to B-roll it because I think it's just a little bit easier, like you said, and we're going to be hiking. So there's going to be points where we're kind of out of breath and we're going to be like, so I think it'll be easier and it'll be just nice to show you because Minnewaska State Park, like it's so large, but the place that we like to go to there is on like these rocks because there's the part that you could swim and then there's the waterfall, but we don't think we wanted to do the water. Whoa, we don't think we want to do the waterfall today because I just don't think I want to walk back up it, and you don't either.
Yeah, the waterfall is gorgeous, but it, that goes downhill,
yeah.
And then you have to go back uphill, and then to get where we want to go, you have to go uphill times like 4.
Yeah, it's like a short distance almost, but it's so inclined that it's like, all right. But then we have to walk like, basically out and around to the rocks, which is fine. That's like maybe like 10 minutes once we get to that point.
Yeah, no, it's not terrible. This one piece of hair just doesn't want to sit down.
Thank you for being here. We love you guys so much. We will see you in the next one, but let's go on a picnic.